Hello and welcome back to Loud and Pretty Average Gaming. This is part 17 of the Grimoire series of Destiny, and in this video we'll be reading about the city's factions. Factions. They've done more good than harm, by most calculations. In the city's earliest days, various factions vied for the hearts and minds of the refugee masses. Power struggles threatened to shatter an already tenuous existence. The following conflicts, known as the Faction Wars, brought the city to its knees. When the chaos grew intolerable, a gathering of Guardians fought to end the conflict. The new peace brought a new order. The city consensus and the Speaker ruled together. And the surviving great factions worked through civil channels to pursue their agendas. That order still holds. But as the city reaches out into the frontier, the factions see new opportunities everywhere, and a chance to win over Guardians to their cause. The Future War Cult. There is no future but now, no truth but war. While the origins of the Future War Cult are greatly debated, their mark has been found in ancient chambers and encampments throughout the system, dating them back to the late Golden Age. Though their secrets are vast, they have proven indispensable in our struggle against the darkness, earning them power and respect in the city consensus and among Guardians. Ghost Fragment on the Future War Cult. Record 343 Chasm 7887. Subject 22. Admitted to the inner circle at 2400 hours. A promising postulant. I regret to say that he performed poorly. He was administered the standard medication, but refused to enter the device. Aren't people unpredictable? I suppose there'd be no point if there weren't. He knows to keep silent. End record. Record 343 Chasm 7888. Subject 23 entered the device at 11 o'clock. A clever girl from the Core District, an artist before she joined the War Cult. At 11:03 she reported a sensation of floating. At 11:06 a sensation of lights within the darkness of the device. Between 11:06 and 11:32 she reported these lights variously as white, golden and blood red. At 11:32 she reported a sensation of someone taking her hand, a stranger, but also herself. 12 subjects have reported similar experiences. At 11:33 she reported a sensation we have called the opening of the veil. The device recorded temporal displacement of her consciousness to the order of 6 degrees. At 7 she began screaming. Brain scans near death. Removed from the device at 11:34. She believes without question that the device granted her a vision of the future, and that it was one of utter darkness. She thanked me for this enlightenment. She says it will make her stronger. Little ghost, there in the corner of the sanctum. I see you blinking. Are you listening? Are you... End record. Record 343 Chasm 7889. The device at 12:22, and immediately the device reported displacement of his consciousness. Visions of war and the city in flames. Subject 29 worked the supply channels on the slip before he joined the War Cult. By 12:27 he was babbling, and by... End record. Record 343 Chasm 7890. We've applied certain reinforcements to the device. Novaroy found records of a prototype of the device at the Golden Age laboratory in Tibet, and Horiz's team retrieved what was left of it. We are the first to see it operational in who knows how long. Too many subjects come back damaged. Mad. We're grasping at straws. What do you think, little ghost? End record. Record 343 Chasm 7891. 47 human subjects. 11 reported timelines in which the darkness has already prevailed. 13 reported timelines in which the city has fallen. 23 babbled madness, hopeless, trapped. No wonder the device was abandoned. The human mind is too weak for it. Too weak to look into the future or understand what it sees. What the situation calls for, little ghost, is a better sort of witness. We found you in pieces in Siberia and repaired you as best we could. What do you say? Are you well enough to travel? End record. Dead Orbit. The traveller is not our only salvation. Another future lies out among the light of the stars. Dead Orbit's theology is developed from mere fatalism into an obsession with worlds beyond Earth. Now their focus is on the building of a star fleet cobbled together from the ashes of our past and the spoils of war. Ghost Fragment on Dead Orbit. Record 978 Eclipse 4165. Hello? Hello? Are you? Oh please, let it be alive. Wake up, little ghost. Wake up. Just please give me some sign that you're listening. Alright, I know you're listening. Why would you be out here if you weren't here to... It's a miracle I found you out here, on this thing. I didn't know the Traveller sent its ghosts out this far from home. Poor little lost thing. Please wake up. I am in a rack of dead orbit. I am the last of the crew of the Sophia. And this place is... It doesn't have a name. We call it A113. How long have you been here, little ghost? Why did you come? Listen, we came here on behalf of the fleet. We were scavengers. 61 days ago, a dead orbit scout detected an unknown presence in stationary orbit around Ceres, 133 West. Looked Golden Age, by the signatures. Human, a small station, no prior records. I suppose we should have disclosed it to the tower, but we didn't. I didn't. It was my call. We wanted it for ourselves, whatever it was. For the fleet. If we'd told the tower, maybe they might have sent a guardian not of our making instead. Doesn't matter now, does it, little one? If I ramble, it's because I haven't slept in 7 days. 7.5 days ago, that was when the Sophia dropped into the belt. They saw us at once. We dropped and the alarms went off. And that was the end. That was the end right then. But they let us go on for another 7.5 days, didn't they? The alarms. Hostile scans detected. An awoken ship had us in its sights. Just a couple 100 kilometers away. Like it had been waiting for us. It could have wiped us out of space right then. But instead, it crippled our engines. And our comms. And then for days it played with us. Like a cat. We limped halfway around the belt. And it was always there. We abandoned the Sophia 1.5 days ago. We jumped ship for A113. I don't know what else to call it. I don't know what it was built for. There are these things, like keyholes. The rangefinders say they go on for thousands of kilometers. The others went inside and found, well, some of them are still screaming about the eye. All the other voices that come back are more terrible. There's salvage here, but it'll never come home. None of it. None of it except maybe you, little ghost. Wake up. Wake up. Go home. Tell them to strike A113 from the records. Tell them to forget the Sophia, and the mission, and her crew. End record. New Monarchy. Hope will be born from the collective triumphs of the King us all. The new monarchy rose from the ashes of the faction wars of the simple, inclusive guiding tenet. Together, we will rise. Leery of the fragile state of the city's politics, the new monarchy maintains a watchful eye on the speaker, the consensus, and the vanguard, seeking the leadership that will properly reign over the city and return our civilization to its golden age splendor. If that leadership cannot be found, then it must be created. Ghost fragment from the new monarchy. The 7 tenets of the new monarchy. 1. To secure our walls against the enemy without. 2. To secure the rights and liberties of every upstanding citizen. 3. To sponsor the sciences of the city and to salvage the ruins beyond, so that our golden age might be reborn. 4. To support the Guardian orders by leading the city in technological innovation. 5. To support the natural harmony of the city and to actively dissuade any group or individual that might disrupt this harmony. 6. To hold all individuals, compacts, and alliances to the highest standards of productivity and right behavior. 7. 2. By a vote of the consensus, abolish the consensus, and transfer ultimate power in order that the rights and liberties of all citizens be secured to a single sovereign of unimpeachable character. Thank you for joining me through this video about the city's factions. In the next video, we'll be reading about the Exo Stranger. Until then, I'll see you next time.